What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a new season of NBA 2019-2020 season. So I just want to talk about a few things and where I've been and what I plan on doing. So recently I have not had a good season in MLB DFS, so I don't think I'm going to try that again. I say this every single year that I'm going to try MLB. Like, I make my money in NBA and then I just completely flop in MLB, and I legit can't anymore. Like, I'm done with MLB. But with that being said, I found a new way to considerably do well in fantasy sports, and that is sports betting. It's become legal in a couple states, and I've had a winning record ever since I started. So that means, I've always been making profits, which is good, and I want to create a record of all of that, as well as look into the future with NBA, like, long-term fantasy stuff. So, like, rotisserie leagues and this and that, and I'll, like, talk about some breakout players of the year and stuff like that. But yeah, here's my first post. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to have a page on Patreon, and in the beginning it's gonna be like a very small fee, and that way you guys can see like my record and like how I've been doing every day, and it's gonna be like legitimately right here, so you guys can like go along the journey with me to see like can I get like 67% of my picks and this and that. So that's that, and it'll gradually go up depending on like how many people want to join and like how well I'm doing. So like I plan on getting at least 60 to 70% of my picks right, which means if you follow along, you'll always be in the positive with money wise. So yeah, that's my first post. It says first post of the year. Looking forward to proving I got what it takes. Follow along on the journey. We'll keep track of my record over the course of the days, weeks, months, and years. My goal is to remain positive and make you guys that cash. If I win, you win. And a reminder, this is not daily fantasy sports, not like DraftKings or FanDuel. And I will cover some of that stuff later, but this is my main source because it's been going good. And I feel like it's a lot more safe than DFS, because DFS you can have good nights and then bad nights, or you just break even. And a lot of times, like, I would just break even and I don't know, it's a waste of a day. Whereas, like, you can bet on one sports game or multiple sports games and be positive in the whole entire day and continuously build up that bankroll. You know what I mean? So it's a lot better. So the journal will start 10/10/2019, which is in 5 days. I will make my picks probably like, I don't know what, you probably have to check back every like couple days or like every night, but like at a random time, because I don't know like when I should release it, because I just have like a bad schedule. But I will release my picks probably during the nighttime or maybe midday or early day, sometimes the night before, on my private Patreon page, and then release the picks so you guys can see like the pick I made, and then have an ongoing record so that, say for like 1,000 picks, we'll probably go like 700 out of like, have a record of like 700 and 300, like stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will pay attention to that and come along with me in the journey. But yeah, that's that. And then I will talk about the daily fantasy sports as well. But right now I'm gonna do the long term stuff. So looking into the season, we have a lot of interesting players. I do rotisserie leagues. I know head to heads you can like punt and like all that, and it's good, but it's also really really risky. So what I do is I do rotisserie leagues, and my strategy is to basically be about average or above average in almost every single category. So like like I always have good free throw percentage, good what's it called, field goal percentage, a lot of steals and blocks is mainly what I go for, because you can like get points and rebounds from basically anybody like in the NBA, like off the waiver wire. So I don't really go for that right away. But I'm gonna take a look at some breakout players of the year who I think can actually be really really good candidates to pick up for your daily fantasy, or not daily fantasy, your like long term fantasy league. Obviously Trae Young's good. I would only look at Trae Young and John Collins from here. I mean, there's players that can break out for Atlanta Hawks, but I don't really see that much happening besides Trae Young and John Collins as consistent like value. I like Jason Tatum to break out this year. I think he's gonna do really really good. Hayward might have a comeback year, and this is the final year of Jaylen Brown's contract, I believe, so he might be looking to break out as well. Cantor might do really well, so this is like a toss-up team, but if I had to pick one person, I'd say Tatum is actually like an amazing rotisserie play for you. He gets points, he gets a little bit of rebounds and a little bit of assists, but his blocks and steals are pretty much one and one. and really good percentages. So he's a really good player to pick up. Obviously, Kemba Walker, he's going to give you. He's probably going to have like a very similar season to what he did in Charlotte. Maybe a little bit more assists, but that's about it. Here, Kyrie Irving, obviously. Karis LeVert is going to do well. Taurean Prince should do well, hypothetically speaking. And then you have a bunch of like players that can help you out here, like Dinwiddie, Jordan, and Jared Allen. I'm not gonna take a risk on Jordan and Jared Allen, so I'm probably gonna just like not even deal with that. The only player that I'd actually take from here is maybe Kyrie or Karis LeVert. I actually really like Terry Rozier from the Charlotte Hornets. I believe he's a very, very good player. And without Kyrie Irving, when he started for the Boston Celtics, he produced big numbers in like steals, assists, even rebounds too, and points. So I like him this year. It's starting for the Charlotte Hornets. Someone's got to produce there. If nobody produces there, it's either going to be Rozier, Bridges, Malik Monk, and maybe Cody Zeller. But that's about it. This team is not going to do well this year. I don't believe they will. If they surprise me, then I'll eat my words on that. But I guarantee you they're not going to do well. I would only look to pick up maybe Terry Rozier here and maybe like take a flyer on Bridges or something. The Chicago Bulls are a very interesting team. I think that they have a lot of talent, but young talent. I'd probably take a look at Levine, Porter, Markkanen, and Wendell Jr. For your history league. I would definitely probably pick up Markkanen, then Levine, then Porter, and then Porter and Wendell are like back to back. Like I would probably just take them at the same time. I don't like the point guard status because Satoransky, Dunn, and Kobe White are like all the same. Well, I think obviously Satoransky is really good. He's like a triple double threat, but he's so risky to the point where like Chris Dunn or Kobe White could take over, and they're both really really good. So who knows? Cleveland Cavaliers are just risky altogether. I wouldn't even take a flyer on anybody. Maybe, well, obviously I would probably pick up Kevin Love as my only pick, and then maybe Larry Nance Jr. for some blocks and all that. He's good as well for history league. Cedi Osman might be on the rise, but he's too risky now. And Colin Sexton only gives you points, so realistically, I'd only take Kevin Love. Mavericks, I really like Porzingis this year. I think he is going to become an all-star. If not, he's going to produce really big numbers. I like Luka Doncic, and maybe Hardaway and Powell, but I don't know. Those are too risky to play for now, and I don't see them breaking out or producing anything more than they have in the past. So I'd go Porzingis and Doncic here. Nuggets are the Nuggets. They're the same as last year. I don't really see anybody breaking out. I mean, they have a lot of like potential players, but I don't really see anyone breaking out too much this year. Maybe a little improvement on the numbers. Like I also think Nikola might be like a little riskier just because load management. They might not play him as much because they know they're gonna make the playoffs. Going into the Pistons, I don't really see much value here. Obviously, they're just gonna give you the same amount of stats they did last year, so there's nothing to look here. Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green is going to become an absolute beast this year. You should pick him up early second round if you can. He's really high up in the draft. He's like 48 or something, but I'll pick him up early because he's got to be the number one, like not big man, but the number one like guy there for like steals, blocks, rebounds, assists. He's going to become like a triple double threat, which is really really good. And then obviously Steph Curry, D'Angelo Russell. So these three are going to be the main facilitators for the group. But I'd obviously take Stephen Curry for his percentages and his overall like production. But then I'd take Draymond Green and then D'Angelo Russell. Going to the Rockets, risky team. This is going to produce a lot of production because they're a very fast-paced team. They're going to keep running the ball. I like James Harden first. In terms of free throws, he shot nearly double the free throws, like 800, 900, which should increase your free throw percentage dramatically. So I'd honestly take him like as a first or second pick. He's really, really good, and he should improve your stats really, really well. If you're going to rotisserie league, highly recommend. Russell Westbrook, I cannot speak today. I would not take just because his free throw percentage sucks. He turns the ball over a lot, and he'll ruin your percentages for your rotisserie league. Gordon maybe, and then Clint Capella, yes. Clint Capella is really, really good for your rotisserie league. I really like Brogdon this year. He's really good. I don't know. He should produce you like a good amount of assists, decent rebounds, and a steal per game, and like 15 points. He's really, really good for rotisserie. I like him up until Oladipo comes back, and when he comes back, I don't know about that. Turner's really good for blocks. He should become, that standard like 15, 7, and 2 player, so 7 rebounds and 2 blocks. Sabonis, I would take him really high, actually. He's really, really good. He averages double-double. He gives you rebounds. He gives you blocks. He gives you steals. He gives you three-pointers. All around a really, really good player. I'd actually take him like top 50 this year. Might be a bit more than people think, but I know he's going to produce. I know he's become a good player. I don't really have to explain anything on the Clippers. You already know who's good. Obviously, Kawhi, George, Harrell, Lou Will. Maybe Beverly for some steals, but no. Right here, I would go Anthony Davis, LeBron James. Those are the 2 people that I'd probably only pick just because, I don't know. Dwight Howard kind of ruins your percentages in the rotisserie league and stuff like that, so I don't know. Morant, obviously, he's going to be really good, I think. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Valanciunas. I'm trying to hustle through this because I don't want to make the video too long. But yeah, that's who I'd take. Valanciunas should have a good year. He's probably going to average a double-double. And John Morant is probably going to break out to be, like, Rookie of the Year if Zion doesn't do it. So, yeah. I like Bam Adebayo here. Obviously, without Hassan Whiteside, he gets the focal point of the rebounds and blocks. And he's really, really, really efficient with his minutes. So I like him here. Jimmy Butler's obviously a top 20 player, so I think he's going to do really well. Dragic might have a comeback season, but I don't know. He's kind of like risky, but I take a flyer on him. It's kind of risky because Winslow is also improving, and they also have Tyler Hero in the back, so too risky for my pickings, but I mean, I might take a flyer if I have him like late 100 or something like that. Bucks, obviously, Giannis, Milton, and Bledsoe. Those are the only 3 that I would take from here. Brooks okay, but he's too spotty for me to pick. Covington's really good. Towns is obviously a top 5 player. He's so efficient in every single category. Definitely helps you out. I'd probably take him like top 5 for sure. Plus, he's really durable. He doesn't really get injured much. He played I think he missed like 16 games in the past like 3 or 4 years he played. So, excellent. Like endurance. Like that a lot. Everyone else can kick a flyer on. I don't really know. Like Wiggins and T. I think Lonzo Ball is going to become a really, really good player this year. I think his percentages should improve. Everything should improve. So he's also, I think, a top 50, 60 pick. Ingram should improve. I like Williamson, and I like Jrue Holiday. This is a good team. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year. So I would take top 4 pretty well, and maybe I don't know. I like Mitchell Robinson, I like Randall, and I like Barrett. I believe Barrett's going to become decent too. Maybe Bobby Portis might get some minutes, but I don't know. Randall and Mitchell Robinson, top 2 guys from here to take. Definitely Mitchell Robinson. He's going to get a lot of blocks for you, which helps you out. Rebounds, good percentages. Free throw percentages sucks, but he doesn't really take that many free throws, so you should be all right. Chris Paul, yes. Gigalus, Alexander, Steve Adams, yes. And Gallinari, yes. Actually, Muscala might be interesting, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the usage will go to Gallinari and Chris Paul and him. So I don't know. It really depends. There's a lot of teams here. Okay, gotta go quicker. Mo Bamba might be a breakout candidate. You don't know. Markelle Fultz also. I don't really know. He should. I think Markelle Fultz is actually gonna break out more, and he might take over the starting role from Augustine. I don't think he's gonna hold it for too long. So look for him to do well. Vucevic, Gordon might do really well this year. A very risky team to take flyers on, though. 76ers, yep, just starting lineup. That's it. Suns, I would go with DeAndre Ayton first, then Devin Booker, then Ricky Rubio, then Sarge, and then Oubre. I like this team. It's just I think the only person that's going to really drastically improve is DeAndre Ayton and maybe Darius Saric. Other than that, Trailblazers, this team's actually really good, but obviously pretty much the same thing. They're all going to produce the same amount of stats. So Lillard, McCollum, Whiteside, I'd go either or. They're all pretty good for rotisserie leagues. Sacramento Kings, this is a very interesting team. A lot of potential really good players. But if I had to pick 2 people or 3 people, I'd pick Hield and then De'Aaron Fox. Buddy Hield's actually really, really good. He has really good percentages. Shoots 200 plus threes per season to give you. So I actually like Buddy Hield here on your fantasy team. He should improve everything for you. San Antonio Spurs, also a very interesting team. I think DeJounte Murray is actually going to have a breakout year. I believe he has the potential to become really, really good. So I'd probably take DeJounte Murray. Obviously, I'd take DeRozan and Aldridge, but load management, they might rest him a lot. I don't really trust that. DeRozan's really good, though. I mean, he takes a lot of free throws, too, to help your percentages. Raptors are good. Siakam, obviously, is really, really good, and so is Kyle Lowry. Those are and Marcus Gasol. Those are the three I'd take from this team. Siakam, I'd probably take first. He's really, really good percentages and block steal. Amazing. So, all right. Conley Mitchell, Bogdanovich, Rudy Gobert. Wait, who's this? And Ingles. Yeah, they're all really good. About average players though, nothing special. Gobert's probably the best out of there, and then Mitchell maybe. Okay, last team, Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal, I go with, and Thomas Bryant. This team's kind of flopped this year, unless Isaiah Thomas does something. But this team's gonna flop. Okay, that's gonna do it, guys. I hope you guys will follow me along my journey, and then we'll see where we go from there. So 10-10, if you guys want to tune in like every other day or every day to check on my progress, you guys can do that to see how well I do. As I start getting more patrons or people like following my picks, we'll probably go from there. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.